Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Elite Tier. We have not only a full grid, but we have David in here as well, and, well, me, of course, your, not changing host, Domato.
Hello.
And yeah, first race for Elite Tier coming through as well. So that's gonna be nice. Full grid as said. A couple of new faces that we have no clue about how they're gonna perform just yet. And this thing's gonna be super spicy. I'm looking forward to it. A couple of old faces as well. But yeah, we will just like jump in here, let us float a little bit through the Elite Tier air. And then we're gonna see how things are gonna go. So,
But yeah, excited with this new season.
yes, how was, well, the season starting off for you? I mean, obviously you landed out of the points, but Finny did quite well.
Yeah, Finny did quite well, so I'm pretty happy for the team. But I would say out of the points yet is a bit disputable with one moment. But we'll see. We'll see what the for Formula Sundays refs will decide about that moment. But let's not let that not distract us from Elite here right now.
Yes, qualifying is going on. Pretty much everyone is on an outlap. Just a couple of sitting ducks into the pits still.
Yeah, one person on the mediums, which
Yes.
is quite a differentiating strategy in comparison to to the rest of the drivers for now. We'll see what that will get them.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, Kurtzer is the first driver to initiate a hot lap. I think Ginch is immediately behind. In the McLaren, Ginch and Martin, of course, former, yeah, top two in the Challenger Tier Championship, are forming up a team of McLaren and Elite again now, and I'm quite excited to where they're gonna land, because Ginch is like truly something else pace-wise compared to yeah, a bunch of the other Rocket Sundays drivers.
Definitely, but we shouldn't forget we've got drivers here like Rage
Well,
Quit. I need a warm up.
yeah, yeah, like you know,
Like
you were
Rage
about
Quit.
to.
Rykes also is quite fast, but Inferno Lewis, don't forget about him.
Yeah, I mean,
Cheeky, few other drivers. Yapsinio is now back to racing.
so Ginch has probably had an invalid lap or some kind of spin. It's dropped down quite hard. But yeah, I was about to mention Jack. We could have said, yeah, former drivers champion, 2 times drivers champion, but instead he's just gonna, yeah, land into the wall in the very first lap that he gets. Actually, there's quite a bunch of people on medium tires right now. Game showed us something else. However, here we are. Marincello actually in P3 with the mediums. Yapsinio now sitting in P5, aka P6 currently, as Rakes, as you said, takes the lead. But we've seen it earlier, Rakes' PC is a ticking time bomb. So let's hope the timer stands off, yeah, more than 1.5 hours. Rocket Sundays drivers. No, that was intended. Quite a bunch of people in Challenger came from Rocket Sundays. I wanted to start at the back, obviously. Yeah, okay, Jack. We believe you. Huh.
Okay. Either way. Yeah, so far, I don't remember what the fastest lap for Challengers here. I think it was 1:14.
5, I'd say.
Yeah, I
But
think
there,
so.
is the 113.9 by Lewis in the Ferrari.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's going similarly to the Ferrari dominance in Challenger tier, even though that was not really dominance. That was just a very good race by Fabian today. But yeah, my wheel was just entirely covered in dust when I picked it up off the floor 20 minutes ago. Well. That's what I call preparation by Jack. But yeah. Using the qualifying as training session is not kind of really working out neither.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using that as a strategy. Potentially, there's a feature in F1 2020 called time trials. You could consider investing your time in some of those. But I think it's also important in just making some races with friends, pressing there. Because sometimes being consistent is better than being very quick for a lap and then not being able to control your weaker tires.
Well, but being quick for a lap certainly helps, as Rage Quit is jumping closer towards Lewis with a 1:14.1 now. Still, Lewis stands on top, and I think I'm curious about how Vitor is doing, as he's a newcomer. Vitor and Marancello had the best combined times on the board, so Haas is actually the top seeded team in this competition. But yeah, we're gonna see where they're gonna end up. Oh my, this sound is disgusting. Was with Badonkadonk, who is Arch, I think. But yeah. Okay, it seems like they got rid of the engine sound bug and they got rid of their front wing as well. So instead, is Yapsinio? Yapsinio's in the pits. Rakes? Just gone over the line, I think. That was his best time? No, 1:14.66. No, he did not do a fast lap. Yap, driver of the day. Yeah, Yap is just setting up for driver of the day. He knows that he has to qualify in the midfield to make up 10 positions to get that title. Yeah, Marmictor is back there. I think had a little bit of a DC earlier.
Yeah. So far, the Challenger League, ex-Challenger League drivers, I mean, not doing very well yet, but the qualifying isn't over. Martin with a P9 so far.
Yeah.
And Ginger Ninja on 13, but still quite a few laps to go. And also considering that Ginger Ninja is qualifying on the mediums.
Yeah, currently, but I think that's gonna be a matter of change in 2. And I think with the times we've seen in Challenger, with the 1:14 times, that should usually be times, or at least drivers, that Ginge could match in the last season. So I think we're not quite through just yet. Ginge has made up 0.6 seconds in Sector 1 already. Going to the S's now, and it's not looking too bad for him neither. Actually looked quite smooth here, and 1.1 seconds ahead of his prior best time now. Luke going towards the side, avoiding him, doing quite well to do so. Did you catch my crash on stream or not? No, I just saw that you crashed out. So, yeah, unfortunate. And there is the mentioned 1:14, mid 1:14 that Ginge can match. P8 for him for now. But yeah, I mean, they're coming from Challenger tier. This is gonna be a hard season for them, we're not gonna lie. But I think they will be able to compete in the midfield. So, P1 is still Inferno Lewis, followed up by Duncan Yu and not so assume the Red Bulls. Very, very decent there in P2 and 3. Just ahead of Rage Quit, who is still sitting in P4 right now. Are you still there, David?
Yeah, I was just trying to fix a glitch I had with F1.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, my bad. But
No,
plus
no. I
usually
just...
on qualifying, it's a bit less to say.
Well,
What
yeah.
as well. But yeah, anything I notice, I make sure to say. I
Yep.
mean, what else? Fortunately for Challenger, Mystic this time in the lead again.
Ah, yeah, Mystic is in here as well, isn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so
P7.
far P7 right now. Quite a fast lap, and according to Challenger standards, definitely would have been a P1, from what I think.
Yeah, but I think up to P8, everyone would have been a P1 so far.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, there's still time to improve 6 minutes. The track is from what I know, the track does get warmer over time.
Yeah.
So drivers will definitely benefit of going to qualify a tad later. So there might be some demand to use the track in in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, surely. I think that is a common theme that the best times just fall in the end of the session again. And yeah, it would be quite curious and a very rare occasion. Oh my god, a very rare occasion is Rage Quit landing in the wall in a untypical spot as well, losing his front wing there. But yeah, Lewis pretty much set one of the first laps of the entire session.
And it's the fastest.
Yeah, and it's the fastest. And it still stands, even though Dunk came very close. It has not fallen just yet. Inch is my hero, says Clay. Who is someone else's hero. Josh's hero. Oh my. Yeah, Rage Quit is just gonna return into the pits. It's impossible to drive a quicker lap with that wing. Let's see. Marmictor is on an invalid lap. The good old Badonkadonk is on a valid lap, actually.
Yeah, he really needs to get a lap finally and
Yeah, but I think
on the leaderboard.
this is the one. Not invalid, and it's not too bad. P14 currently. Could certainly be better. But considering he's making his comeback after a little bit of absence to Formula Sundays at least. This is looking quite well.
Yeah, with his teammate on P10 at the current moment. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Marmictor?
Yeah, I'd say Marmictor. So yeah.
El Marmictor.
Oh. Dumato's my hero. Cute.
Okay, let's and I know we all want to be friends, but let's take it back a notch.
Okay. You calling for beef?
Yes, let's start it. Yeah, you guys can start beef with me in the hashtag David Tier reports.
David Tier reports. Okay. So that's tier 1.
Yeah, that's actually even better, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
I would actually, I don't know if you know that or not, but I drove this race without assist at all.
Yeah, I've seen your name.
hard to not notice, isn't it? So, just saying. I mean, it's definitely a challenge, and so far I think I'm a tiny bit slower than I was with assist, but it's definitely more fun. I mean, it's quite difficult to control the car, but it is more fun, and you have to concentrate more, a bigger chance of mistakes. And in some cases, I find that I mean, it's way harder than some drivers who have to just press W.
Like keyboard drivers.
Yeah. I actually did 1 lap on the keyboard and man, it almost beat my best. So in my opinion,
Wow.
it's not that hard. But either way, but consistency is a bit difficult. Yeah.
Gorando's not using assist neither, and yeah, has just switched to the wheel as well. I think there are quite a couple of drivers who are trying out no assists now. Ginge should be off assists as well.
Yeah, I think he was the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. And, well, I'm currently on board with Mystic. This is certainly not gonna be a better lap, though. Jonas is off assist as well. Yeah, I think most of, or quite a bunch of drivers from the lower ranges of Challenger don't use assists right now. Only corner line is on. Without corner line, I can't do shit neither. Like, take away whatever you want, but I need the corner line. Still, like, absolutely mental how someone can just, like, memorize his braking points for the entire tracks. Is it going to rain? I have no clue.
Yeah, we're still being very professional. I don't think Fabian Gaming is streaming at the current moment, but if he was, please ask him for the weather. Oh no,
Well, Fabian is in.
Oh, he's now in Challenger.
Haha.
Not used to that. Not used to that. Definitely. Then, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna become psychic and I'll predict that it's gonna be cloudy.
Gonna be cloudy. That is vaguely ominous. And the black boxes. Okay, fair enough. Lewis is on the last attempt and currently sitting in P1, of course. Is
this still by the by his first lap?
Yes.
Yeah,
still the best lap. And I think he did not drive another lap afterwards. Yap's on an out lap as well, trying to prevent himself from going P18 here. So, who's it gonna be? Lewis is gonna come through in a second. There he is, even better, 113.7. Now, who's gonna beat this? Vitor has just set a 114 flat. Rage Quit is just barely behind Inferno Lewis now. Going for one last attempt as the time has run out now. Everyone is on their last hot lap. I kind of want to see Yap, but I think we have like more crucial drivers to watch right now. Duncan Yu is not going for another invalid lap. So has Natsumasu. What is Mashik doing? Mashik just came over the line, snatches P5 away. Just barely between the two Haases. So close.
Yeah, so honestly quite tight in terms of from P4 to P almost 16, and they all are in between 114 to 115, which way more tight than I would say the so-called Challenger League was.
Ah, so close. Yap is on an invalid lap, but he improved his time in the end quite a lot. However, it will not count, as I think he would have been going, well, not very much higher up. However, the time difference is for one of the first times like really insane between Challenger and Elite. With the 113.7, like a second ahead roughly. Rage Quit in P2 here, followed up by Dunk. Vitor in the Haas, Mashik in the AlphaTauri, followed up by the second Haas of Marancello. Red Bull number 2 by Natsumasu. Light Mistake is the first Renault in P8, Rakes the first Merc in P9, and Kurtz the first Alpha in P10. No assists here as well. Yeah. I think actually, there might be the majority of drivers using no assists now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think just some are still using the ABS because that's very, very difficult to control. I think drivers like Rikes are still using it. Who else? Martin. Oh, Martin's using all the assists.
Let's
I
see.
know that.
Can you just look over the players and see what assists they use or what?
Well, I know that just based on the time trials and
Ah,
personal
okay, fair enough.
knowledge. Unfortunately, I cannot look over the assists, but I just know that Rags uses ABS, Martin uses all the assists, but that's most of my knowledge is from Challenger League.
Hmm.
I just Rags is an exception, but as you know, Ginger Ninja uses no assist. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
What else? Inferno uses no assists, and I think a few more.
Yeah, Rage Quit,
Yeah.
I think, does not use assists neither. Generally speaking, I think the top drivers mostly use no assists because even though it's more difficult, you have more potential on your hands to go quicker potentially. So, Lewis and Rage Quit P1 and 2 is actually quite spicy, I think. I would love to see Lewis in a championship fight again. However, like, no offense, but I think he's too inconsistent to consistently stay up on top. And yeah, Yepsenio, his teammate, of course, currently P18. I think his improved lap time would have given him P16. But yeah, Yap is more of like the race driver, sticking through whatever happens in qualifying. Not the very best pace, I think. Well, not at this point anymore. Yap is just playing way too many racing sims, but there was a point where I could outpace him, but I still would never win because I do more mistakes, and Yap's just very clean.
So yeah, as the formation labs goes on, I think from what I know, like basically since formation lab is like to warm up your tires and maybe warm up even yourself. Even if there is no formation lap, I think the game would give you already fairly warm tires.
Hmm.
So it instead of the formation lap isn't that necessary. I think that's just important to point that out. I mean, I might be wrong, but from the last couple races, I did check my tire temperatures just to make sure, and this definitely did seem the case. But see, even the elites here and do get some minor fails in the
Yeah.
the formation lap.
I think there was in the stadium section tends to be quite close in there as well. However, I think the last few cars are lining up on the grid. Jack should be arriving in a second, and here we have the lights. They are going on, and lead tier season is gonna be, yes, going away finally. Lewis gets a banger start, but Rage Quit even better. Rage Quit now already in the lead. Lewis in P2 currently, being chased down by Dunk on the outside. There is one of the Haas's, but can't go through just yet. Lewis stays out of Dunk. And we go 3 wide to turn 2. We have Vitor going through in the Haas already. Dunk on you now down in P4 and getting chased down by Meshik as well. Meshik tries to go around the outside. Has the inside line for the upcoming turn, but can't go through just yet. Instead has to defend from the Haas. But yeah, Inferno Lewis has reclaimed the lead at some point. And Rage Quit is back in P2. Well.
Fairly clean start, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
No major incident of Jackson passing Marmictor, going slightly on the outside, but does get back on track on time.
I mean, further down the back there has been a lot of action, I think. Jack is in P11 from P20. Must have been an absolute banger start for him. Yap has made up 2 positions as well already, whereas Martin and Jin seem to be the biggest losers from the start, and Marmictor as well, seemingly having to get a new front wing.
Yeah, and also Ginger Ninja, from what I think, yeah, that will be a bit unfortunate. But from what I think, in 25% races, losing a wing in the beginning is less of a problem if there is no safety car. Because in some cases, if you take the hard tires, you will just make the rest of the race. I mean, you'll definitely be slower, but it's still possible to score fairly decently.
Yes. It was clean at the front. Yeah, Chunker saying Ginge and Martin representing us scrubs. Yeah, a little bit of a tough start for them, but I think they're gonna come back. Lead races are long, and with safety car everything can happen. Didn't realize it yet until the race start. Yeah. I mean, usually when I go into this perspective, we have like 2 frames per second, but now we can actually stream from non-onboard perspectives. However, I think we're gonna jump on board with Kurtze here.
Reichs and Mystic battling quite... Oh yeah, Kurtze as well. All fairly close. Reichs was battling with, I think, Vitor, but Vitor went into the pits.
Yeah, I think there might have been contact. I've seen some kinds of front wing parts flying around in the stadium. That might have been the Haas's one.
But there is a train, Harshu and Crew Martin, fairly close to each other. Reichs overtaking Mystic, from what I think.
Yeah. A little bit of a tough move there, but ultimately fair. And yeah, Kurtz is watching this as the third party in the back. Ooh, actually. Oh, Kurtz has lost it in this very moment, just when he... Oh, and he actually DNF'd. Ah, that's a tough one. Safety car coming through now. So, that's gonna be interesting strategy-wise. I think medium hard should get you to the end from here on. I wonder who's gonna go for the pits. The 2 leaders stay out. Yeah, F for Kurtz indeed. Currently on board with Yap, and Yap is actually going to pit.
Yeah, quite a few pit stops.
Yeah. I think double stack by the Mercs here. Crew has to wait a little bit there, but I think still... Yeah, not too much time loss for him. I think he does not even lose a position. Okay, the AlphaTauri there, theoretically crashing into Ferrari, but the game handles this with ghosting. Well, so we will have a little bit of a train lining up behind that safety car. Couple of drivers are now on the medium tires, actually almost everyone. Mystic decides to go for another set of softs. Of course, I don't know on which set he started, but I think it might have been soft as well, considering that he was probably top 10. Very cool track once again. Yeah, Kurtz. Not too happy with that. But, well...
Oof, unlucky for that.
It's not the only one to, yeah, spin out in this section. I think we've seen like 4 or 5 DNFs in these turns overall during the entire day. Ooh, another thing that's actually quite spicy is Martin.
Martin on P5, yeah, not bad. How do you, what is the word for like the first performance in a club, like debut?
Yeah, his debut.
His debut officially in Elite. Of course, he did sub in a few times.
No, I think
season.
only once actually in Baku where he DNF'd, I think.
No, another time in Mexico as well.
Yeah, okay.
I remember it pretty well. He didn't have a
Ah,
good
yes,
pace.
yes.
He had, I would say he had decent pace, but he did spin out turn 1, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was unfortunate for him. Wasn't really his fault, but yeah, this time he has the chance to redeem himself with a
Hmm.
good position. And we are getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties. What just happened?
Yeah, Martin actually got contact with Luke there then?
No, 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 no. Look at 18, 17, 16, 15, 14th
Okay,
place.
they all did. Yeah, but Martin and Luke have penalties as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think they all. Wait, let me have a look at their wings. Maybe there was some contact between each other. Wing-wise, people seem to be doing fine. Then I'm not fully sure what happened.
People can't drive on the safety car, Gorana says. I tend to agree, I must say. They are so close together sometimes. Just
Yeah.
like Challenger. Well, yeah, I mean, this is...
Well, Challenger doesn't have safety car.
Yeah, yeah, because of that reason. Because people... most of the people, of course, you don't experience safety car usually. I think in online lobbies it's most likely disabled. However, safety car's coming in now, and Lewis has to set the pace for the restart, slowing the field down by a good bit. We will... wait, switch to the bigger picture again. As... yeah, Lewis, I think, is going away quite well. Rage Quit kinda sleeping on the restart. And is already on the attack of Marancello. Lewis has made 1.5 seconds of a lead.
Yeah.
Actually, superb restart by him.
Yeah, definitely a very good bot. I wasn't even sure if it was Bottas style by Infernal. It just was Rage Quit reacting quite slowly. Rage Quit losing a tiny bit of grip there, but managing to recover.
Yeah, good start by Lewis indeed. Dunk on News now going past Luke, it seems. Luke actually cuts back ahead, but has to concede position around the outside now. Very, very smooth move by Dunk. And he's on to P6. Really liking Dunk in the recent times. He's been a threat for the top positions. And I don't know, finally at the performance where he... yeah, could have been, I think, in Season 4, when he was competing for the top positions. But yeah. Lewis is actually looking super nice as well here. And Luke just got passed by Rakes, and ooh, there's a lot of contact. Where's Luke now? Okay, wait. I think this was just a massive lag there. But interesting what the game does. No, Luke actually never made contact with anyone. He just teleported out of the stadium onto the start-finish straight.
Okay, okay.
So, yup, got just passed by Harashu.
Yeah, Duncan, you quite close behind Martin. Unfortunately for him, there is no DRS. But following him quite close, instead of DRS using slipstream. Ooh, Martin losing a tiny bit of grip there. Yeah, Duncan, you're really starving him out. Let's see how well he'll do in Sector 3. I mean, I see. I mean, I don't know what you guys are watching.
No, we are on Duncan as well, as he's pushing towards Martin, of course. Has a little bit fresher tires at this point. This should not make much of a difference just yet. However, DRS is going to be activated soon again.
Not yet, from what I think.
No, actually not, but in this upcoming lap.
Oh, now it's enabled, but that I don't... Yes, Duncan, you won't benefit from that.
No. However, he has to slipstream, and I think this should be enough if he uses ERS. He doesn't even...
I don't think he'll go for a dive. Oh, will he? No, he won't.
No. Okay, playing it patiently. Meshik is lurking as well, waiting for any kind of mistake of the two. As Martin's holding up the Challenger tier flag, the Rocket Sundays flag, if you will. in P5, but now has to concede that P5 to Dunk. And has to cut the corner in the defense against the Meshik.
Ooh, I think Luke might have made a mistake or some. Oh, Luke and Vitor battling, and Harshun, or either Harshun or Vitor pushing out Luke outside the track. Don't know what happened there. However, there is a DRS. Ooh, and Luke cutting the corner to actually get past. I mean, getting one position is not worth a 5-second time penalty, but it is what it is.
Certainly is.
Ooh, very, very rough by Luke and Vitor. Probably some elite tier reports coming up. Ooh, but this push by Vitor causing Luke to lose another position.
Yeah, I've not seen anything of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Luke trying to fight back, going on the inside of 2 cars, but not only taking crew. However, oh no, still not taking it yet. Still on the inside, but does take him now. And he will get the DRS, unlike... I'm not sure if Crew... Oh, Crew got the DRS as well. He won't escape now. Ooh, and also Marmictor joining the fight on the inside. Still holding up, still at tire inside, so Crew can't
Oh
use it
my.
to go back in. Still side by side. Marmictor on the outside actually manages to get the position. What a battle that was. Very, very rough. But I would say it was quite unfortunate for Luke with the amount of people that rammed him out of the way, as you can see by his distance from Victor by now. I can't see the difference because it changed for me to arrows, so I know he overtook someone for like already 2 minutes now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he's currently... Wait, a couple of guys are pitting. I think Rage Quit is in the pit there. Should most likely be a regular pit stop, just as for Infernal Lewis, who's coming out behind Yap and Cherry. Not Cherry, Ginge.
Yeah, Luke is gonna pit next lap from what I think, and a few other drivers as well.
Likely then.
But look at this, Luke and Marmictor battling again.
Let's see.
Luke on the inside defending his position. I think Marmictor will try to approach him. Nah, but staying very close, going to be using the slipstream as much as possible.
Yeah, coming through now. They kind of stay the way they were for once, but very much action going on in these P10 to 12. And
definitely, and a lot of aggressive action, a lot of contact from what I see.
yeah, and the 2 leaders are approaching them, and no one has to leave anyone through here. So Lewis and Ragequit will have to fight their way through all by themselves here.
So Marmictor getting the DRS on Luke and should be easy. Oh my, Luke disconnected for me and hit the wall. Now he's back from what I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marmictor did get a good overtake. Luke gets a 3-second time penalty trying to defend the inside. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and we have Infernal Lewis approaching the group of 4 there. And they are... yeah, he's gonna
But
be...
look at this, Marmictor still and Luke still battling. What a battle, mate. Oh boy, oh boy.
Crew is having some of that as well now. Yapsinio waiting behind as well. And...
Ooh, and even Infernal, Infernal is quite a big train behind Marmictor. All caused with Luke and Marmictor having a bunch of contact and losing pace while they contact. However, Marmictor did make some time. The deltas still don't work for me, so I don't know if any of them will get DRS.
Everyone has DRS currently, and Lewis is now in the middle of them.
Will be very bad for Marmictor, but he is some time away. Luke, on the other hand, not having too much ERS, but still enough to. Yeah, but look, Marmictor made some good time, so I don't think he'll be able
No,
to.
no, no.
He will be overtaken. Definitely not.
Yeah, Marmictor seems to be away now. Lewis is approaching Crew here.
Yeah, Rage Quit and Yapsinu side by side as well. Ooh, that was interesting. Yapsinu randomly stopped and let the Rage Quit past.
Yeah, I think Yap is one of the drivers who prefers to just give up the position instead of potentially crashing a podium contender out. Which you don't have to, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rage Quit is definitely a strong driver, and Rage Quit won't be able to get a lot of distance on Yapsinu yet due to the big train going up.
Yeah, but that prevents Lewis from running away as well. Luke is ahead of Lewis here. And holding him off. I think this could pay out big time for Dunk on You. And Meshik, who will stop a couple of laps later.
Oh yeah, but this train is definitely close to each other. Let's see whoever gets a better exit right here, which in my case, I thought I was going to the as outside as possible, but some elite tier drivers just decide on the last turn to go more on the inside.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my.
if you go, in my opinion, on the outside, you get a higher top speed. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Rage Quit now, trying to make a move on both Luke and Infernal Lewis at the same time, but now Lewis stays ahead. I think why many elite drivers do that is to prevent slipstream entirely by going to the inside, whereas you would normally take the outside line. But yeah. Rage Quit and Lewis super close together. This little, not lapping maneuver, but them fighting their ways through the fields has brought them very close together again. And they still have Marmictor to beat before they can go into clean air. So there is, I think, Cherry off track in Sector 2, but they are continuing. Up on top, Duncan and Meshik still going on their medium tires. Potentially this asset could pay out big time for them. Oh, and Cherry retiring. I wonder if that is because they hit the wall. Virtual safety car coming through.
We'll save a few of the people in the P10 to P13 train from being overtaken.
Yeah, very fortunate though for Lewis and Rage Quit that this did not come a little bit earlier. If Meshik and Dunk would have been pitting under virtual safety car, they would surely come out ahead of them. Yeah, what else do we have? Harishun and Vitor. Vitor should be pitting in this very lap. Lap 10 on the softs. They should go to their knees somewhere soonish. I assume he can finish the race on hards. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see who comes in next. And when.
Yeah, definitely a very tight battle. Oh boy, what? Rage. I don't know. I just saw a Racing Point. Might have been a disconnection issue.
No.
I saw a Racing Point stopping by, but now he's in front, so we'll ignore that.
Okay. Now there was another Racing Point who was getting lapped, and I can imagine that he was quite slow.
But look at this Rage Quit Infernal Lewis Mark, super close, three people side by side. Rage Quit on. Oh my.
There was no contact. There was just lag. We're still going on. Yeah. I was wondering, but yeah, Lewis still ahead as both of them moved past Marmictor now. So Vitor is still going in the Haas, actually. Let's move over to him as he's closing up on Harishun, or at least in the DRS range. 3-second time penalty for Lewis as well now. Which has been the thing separating them. Rage Quit has at least one penalty as well, but
The drivers to watch out for this race, I definitely, Infernal Lewis and Rage Quit, they have been, I think, the fastest so far. After the pits right now, they are 7th and 8th, and drivers on the top will have to pit. I think so, yeah. But they did last season. Oh, I'll talk about that later. As Rage Quit goes on this on the right side of Infernal Lewis, fairly easy overtake.
yeah, and Duncan Yu in the meantime has taken the lead of Meshik. I think they can potentially run like 3 or 4 laps longer on the mediums and then just switch over to another set of mediums, which will give them the advantage later on for sure. Even though, yeah, Rage Quit and Lewis might be able to stop for softs. Dunk and Meshik and Jack as well should be on a fairly similar strategy compared to Rage Quit and Lewis now. Oh, Rage Quit with the red X seems to be disconnected. Nope, he's still there.
So this time it's not my PC. Okay, either way. As I wanted to mention, the last season Mexico P1 was in fact Infernal Lewis, P2 Rage Quit, P3 Duncan Yu with the fastest lap. So Duncan Yu definitely 3 drivers to watch out for, and I think all these drivers do have a chance to get a very good result.
Yeah.
I'm a bit unclear in terms of the pits, specifically the fact that I'm more used to a 25% race. But they would need to pit more, right? Like these 12 lap mediums.
I think if they really want to go to the end with their 6 lap old mediums, Rage Quit and Infernal Lewis, they'd potentially lose time in the end. You don't lose that much time in the pits here. Yeah. Given that, I assume Rage Quit and Lewis will be getting a set of softs in the end, whereas Meshik, Dunk, Jack, Rakes, Harashun will get a set of mediums to close out this sessions.
Yeah. In terms of the Challenger drivers, both very close to each other, the McLaren drivers. I mean, ex-Challenger drivers, my bad.
Yeah,
now
of course.
They are superior. More valued by the Sundays Esports cult. I'm kidding. Oh no, that was a bit of okay. Either way, Ginger Ninja on hard 14 laps. I don't think you. So basically, if you're saying that mediums might make it to the end, hards will definitely make it to the end, right?
From here on, sure. Mexico has high tire wear. Okay.
Oh yeah, so maybe hards will and mediums won't?
Oh, well, the hards by Vitor most likely will make it to the end. 18 laps should be doable on hards. Ginger's hards will not make it to the end, as they are already 15 laps old. I think if they go 3 or 4 more laps on the hards, though, Ginge might be able to pit for mediums.
Yeah, but is it wise for Marmictor to go for softs in this case? Because he just pitted and went out with softs.
He is not able to finish on that. Mexico's...
And then, quite an interesting choice, but maybe he just simply didn't have any other tires remaining.
I doubt it, but he can get another soft stint in and drive both tires to the absolute max, because I think with 9 laps that should be reasonable.
Yeah, in terms of overtaking, Harashun getting the DRS on Rikes, and Rikes quite far behind Jax as well, so it's gonna be an easy overtake by Harashun. And that puts Harashun to P4. So far, Duncan Yu P1, Meshik P2, Jax P3. And Jax, both Meshik and Jax quite close to Meshik. And all of them have very, very similar tire compounds. The only difference they have in this case is the penalties. Duncan Yu sitting so far on 6 seconds, the most out of the top out of top 8, with
Hmm.
Cruz sitting on 8 seconds and Martin sitting on 12 seconds.
Yeah. And Rage Quit and Lewis are actually catching up at scary rates. Only 3 seconds away from Rakes now, and they have already made up the pit stop that everyone else could do under the safety car. So yeah, that's gonna be a big advantage for them. As said before, they will likely pick up the soft compound towards the end of this race, whereas everyone else comes in right now. So that makes me wonder if they actually need to go hard here, or if they just beat their medium tires to the end, even though they have to drive them longer as they did right now.
By the way, there are a few drivers that usually like to stream their perspectives, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask if there was, by any chance, if you noticed any lag from my car, from my perspective this time, or if there was something extreme or anything.
I don't know. I
Okay.
have not seen
Okay, nothing too bad. Okay.
your
Then
car
that's
that much, no.
okay.
Well. Infernal Lewis and Rage Quit still chasing after the top guys. Meshik and Jack, the good old vintage top position battle going on again. Have of course gotten a lot more concurrence in the recent seasons.
You know, because Sunday's esports it's so professional, I do indeed have Infernal Lewis's perspective right now. So what can I say? Infernal Lewis is definitely due to pit, based on his racing line advising him to do so. But he is staying. I think he's gonna be waiting for Rage Quit to pit. Basically, I see both Rage Quit and Infernal Lewis kind of locking up, and quite a lot. Definitely not good for the front grip. And
VSC.
DNF.
Yeah, Luke just spun out in that crucial Sector 2 S section. And yeah, I think Yapsinio's using that opportunity to pit, as he still has to, and there are a couple of other drivers that will likely still have to pit. But yeah, I think pitting now for Lewis and Rage Quit would be kinda dumb, because they can go longer on the mediums. And if they do so, they can go softs in the end, which will be the big advantage for them.
Wait, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I remember them being on more laps on mediums. Was that something?
No. That was maybe in the beginning with their soft tires because they didn't pit. Duncan Hughes now going past Ginge around the outside, and Rakes overtakes Martin a little bit further up. Let's go, Jack. Well. Yeah, Meshik has pitted as well, of course, and actually lost out heavily towards Rage Quit and Infernal Lewis. I think he's just been like 3 seconds behind. Now he has a 14-second gap to these two. Yeah, which is quite a tough one. Of course, they will have to pit in the end again. But, yeah. They are likely gonna be having the soft compound then.
Mystic on the last place at the current moment. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he's chasing after Yap currently. Will still have to pit. I mean, yeah, as said before, Mexico is a track that a couple of drivers don't seem to like that much. Rage Quit is coming into the pits now. Lewis is going for the overcut. Jack is...
Infernal is getting the... going for the overcut, true.
And Jack is still out on medium tires, 18 laps old now. I wonder if he tries to go soft in the end. Let's see if he loses time towards Lewis or if he can keep up the pace even though his tires are basically dead.
Yeah, but the top 3 drivers both so far having used 2 tire sets, while from Harshun to Rach to Vitor, all on 3 soft mediums. And then just there's a very inconsistent part with drivers. Some drivers using soft, mediums, hards, and then softs again.
Yeah,
That's quite a lot of pit stops.
we're gonna see Lewis is gaining big time on Jack. I think he's made almost 1.5 seconds in this very lap. I wonder if Jack's gonna go into the pit now. Yeah, he sees what's going on. Lewis actually going into the pits as well.
Oh, yep.
And that is where the AlphaTauris will come through to shine. Both of them will go to the end. And Harashun with that should be the net race leader after the point where Natsumasuma has pitted. Jack is the only one who dares to go for soft tires in the end.
Oh, Rage quit. Rage quit on the inside. Oh, yeah. And Rage quit was on the inside, but now Duncan Yu does defend his position. Or was it the other way around? No, I think it was.
No, it's alright like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
Jack is just behind as well, so Dunk defending against Rage Quit as well, but
With
Jack
contact.
is in there as well and goes past his teammate himself on the soft compound, of course. This might be a move that was communicated between Jack and Rage Quit. Jack having the superior tires for now. They are surely gonna drop off towards the end of the race.
Yeah, Jacksepho getting his penalty while overtaking, and what is going on?
What is going on where?
There was a yellow sector. There was someone crashed out on the minimap, but I wasn't able to see who.
Natsumasum is in the pits, so Arishuna and Meshik are the new race leaders, followed up by Rakes closely behind.
Yeah. And now Jax, with him overtaking Duncan Yu quite safely. And Rage Quit slowly approaching Duncan Yu as well.
Yeah, Lewis got past Vitor as well, closely behind. Really nice battle going on here. They will close up to the top runners, I think. Or at least Jack will, with the new soft tires.
Yeah. I would say Harshun is in quite a good position. Well, I mean, there are drivers like Jax with brand new soft tires, and but the top 3 are kind of similar in terms of tire wear. But Harshun is the only one without a penalty so far.
Yeah, definitely a big advantage for him. Might be time for another race win.
Rage Quit win
for him.
no.
Well, Rage Quit is still stuck behind Dunk. He's losing horrendous amounts of time. Jack is already 2 seconds away. Of course, Dunk is getting slowed down by the Rage Quit attacks quite heavily as well. But I think he's gonna concede this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and important to mention, the top is quite closely stacked, but they are differentiated by Rikes having a 6-second time penalty.
Yeah, but Jax is approaching Rikes now, 0.2 seconds behind only, and he's pushing. Has the best pace on paper now. It's absolutely eating away the time of the other drivers. Rage Quit for mediums, Lewis maybe for softs in the end. Nope. But yeah. Still super spicy with Jax here. And Rakes is now, or was for a brief second, out of the DRS window, and that little second was enough to deny him that DRS. And Jack's gonna go through down the inside and into that stadium section. Can he make up that 10th that he needs for DRS? I think he didn't. But neither did Meshik actually. Meshik's outside of the DRS of Harashun as well. Kind of being left behind by his teammate a little bit there. And that gives Jack the chance to close up even more. Dunk on You and Rage Quit are still having it together. Chinch is actually on 24 leveled hard tires now. Wonder if he wants to go to the end on these.
Okay, what else is there to say?
Well, I'll just jump on board with Jack, who is in Meshik's DRS right now. Has, however, eaten away most of his ERS. And I assume Meshik has quite a bit of that on hand to defend from Jack in the upcoming laps. Rage Quit picked up another warning, but he is already in a second of rakes now. Almost. Ginge 24 laps on hards. Yeah, I really wonder if he like tries to genuinely go through with that, or if he's just gonna pit for softs anyways.
Yeah, quite a late pit though, but...
Yeah, no, it's alright. I think softs are good for 8 to 9 laps, and 8 laps is perfectly where we are now. Marmictor, as said earlier, has to come again for softs as well, and does so right now. So top 4 are within 2 seconds now.
Yeah, definitely. Quite tight in between them.
Yeah, Jack is going to have a very good chance coming out on the main straight. Less than half a second behind now. Loses traction a slight little bit, but his soft tires should give him a little advantage here. Overtake is activated. But Meshik, of course, does the same.
DRS, yeah.
Yeah. This is only gonna be tough if Jack can reach up until Harashun and overtake both AlphaTauris in one go. Top 7 so close, you say? Yes, indeed. Infernalus has gotten past Dunk on You, if I saw that right as well.
Yeah, he did.
Harashun is the last with no penalty now. Oh! Jack might have found the little edge that he needed to go past Meshik down the inside in Sector 2, and now he's chasing past Harashun. Now is quite the appropriate time, actually, to look at penalties. Jack only has 3 seconds, so if he can make up 3 seconds to Harashun, he could still potentially grab that race win. But yeah, let's go back to Tire and to Rakes actually, because yeah, Meshik seems to be struggling a little bit now, and Rakes is the next one knocking on his door. Meshik still with the DRS, but not with proficient slipstream anymore. Instead, it's gonna be Rakes down the outside here. Has the inside line now. And goes through. Oh, Meshik with a little bit of a traction loss, but stays ahead of Rage Quit at least. Lewis is coming through as well.
Harashun locking up in this turn and actually letting Jack pass.
Yeah, around the outside. Well done by Jack once more. And now it is on him. If he can fly away, He's out of ERS, yes, but still has the tire advantage, and that will help him in the snaky parts of this track, where you can, yeah, find time without ERS as well. He just has to get out of that 1 second window now. However, let's jump back to Lewis, who is in a 4-way battle with Rage Quit, Meshik, and Duncan now. Five laps to go. Lewis and Rage Quit definitely with the best tires in their current competition around themselves. Can Rage Quit go through there? Having a look down the outside, and Meshik has to concede yet another position. Oh my god, Lewis into the wall. And that is plenty of front wing. Flying away on Lewis' right side. Yeah, I think that's it for the race win, at least for Lewis.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's fairly safe in the current moment. I mean, Harris Shroon is fairly safe with a race win right now.
But he has just dropped out of that 1 second window. So that might give Jack the opportunity to push and get away on the main straight as well. Rage Quit is sitting in P4 still, charging up to Rakes, who's currently in P3. ERS activated, but ERS is very low on Rage Quit as well, so not much of a chance to go past just yet. Yeah, however, this is likely not it yet. Another battle that we might have a look at is Vitor, who has just set the quickest lap. Is now approaching Crew. Vitor has the tire advantage, quite a huge one actually. Oh my god, and that has been a little bit of a rear end. Fortunate for Vitor that he did not pick up damage there. Coming back on track now, and I think he's going... Is he going through? He's not going through actually. Oh, and Rage Quit on the other side has somehow made his way past Rakes through the S's. Yeah, Jack up on top already has a 2.2 second lead, so that's quite big.
Yeah. Duncan Yu and Infernal is really having a close battle right now. Both still side to side. Ooh.
That was a close one. Oh, what?
Oh, is that lag or is that...
No, I think that's legit.
Yeah, Duncan Yu unfortunately battle with Infernal Lewis. Crashing into the wall. I'm not fully certain what happened. Just saw Infernal Lewis exit the corner and Duncan Yu not.
I don't think there was contact, to be honest. This looked like Dunk was losing it and just catching his car in the very last second there.
Yeah, and fortunately he doesn't seem to have any wing damage.
No, but he's too far away from the top guys to compete now as well. However, Lewis is trying to get around Meshik. Meshik still has the inside line though. Oh, both of them had front wing damage. That's why Meshik is dropping behind so rapidly. Because he had the wing damage as well compared to his competitors. And Lewis with the fresher tires, of course, having the advantage in this battle. So, 2.5 seconds divide Harashun and Jack. Jack needs to gain roughly half a second more. His soft tires certainly not getting fresher neither. And, well, who do we have down here? Crew and Marmictor in the third DRS zone. Not quite there just yet, but they're gonna be driving to... Oh, well, Marmictor's gonna be having a move on the main straight, I assume. Pink Merc versus normal Merc. But the pink Merc's not coming close enough at all.
I'm wondering, okay, Marmictor, yeah, finally gonna take him on the right side.
Yeah, since there were questions for penalties, we have them on screen right now. 3 seconds on Jack still. Rage Quit is likely not going to be a threat for the top positions. Rakes is going to drop far behind though with his 9 seconds. As Infernalus might potentially even come close enough to, well, get Rakes for sure. For Rage Quit, I don't know. I think he's got to be a little bit closer. And yeah, question is just if Jack can find this last second in the very last laps somehow. Ah, wrong button. Okay, 2.7 is currently the state of the art between Jack and Harashun. Everyone else is now cleanly divided. That was a little bit of an early showdown for the top 7, and now they have separated again, going their own ways. We're gonna see where this is going to end. Dunk on you. Is he getting closer to Natsumasumi again? I can't tell.
Really, I don't think so. And if he is getting closer, I don't think that will be enough to pass him in the end.
Oh, Meshik with another 3-second penalty. That could actually cost him another position here. I'm not too sure about that though. No, they are actually too far behind Rage Quit anyways. Rage Quit might be securing himself a P3 here though. With the gap he has built up between himself and Lewis. It's looking likely. Duncan Yu has now closed up on Natsumasu, and we are actually in the last lap already. And Rage Quit, of course, yeah, and tries to put some pressure on Harashun to maybe give Jack an easier time building that 3-second lead. We are on 2.8 seconds. This is going to be super close in the end. Jack needs an absolutely perfect stadium section. Otherwise, he's not going to come out on top. And on the other side, Harashun has to drive these last few turns absolutely flawless to keep that race win after the penalties are subtracted. And I think it's going to look like Harashun is coming out on top. Jack, though, from P20 to P2. Amazing drive by them. Rage Quit currently sitting in 3rd and actually keeping this 3rd spot here. Infernalus claiming P4 still. Very, very narrow margin there ahead of Rakes. Meshik coming through in P6. The Red Bulls staying the way they were.
Yep.
And Marincello and Vitor are coming
completing
home.
the top 10.
Yeah. So, who do we still have? There was quite a close one. Ginge stays in P11. Stupid penalties, as always. That was a close one, though, Jack. That was an amazing drive, nonetheless. Like P20 to P2.
Yeah.
Doing the Vettel.
P2, you should be proud of it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially. Some track limits are so fricked. Well, seems
That's
like they
Mexico
are.
for you.
Yeah, that's Mexico. Like the earlier chat when I said Harashun was going to win because he gets no penalties. Actually, I think you did, which is a quite impressive prediction. I mean, yeah, Jack there still collecting that driver of the day in P2. Quite deserved as well. And Harashun, I think, 2nd Grand Prix win in Elite Tier, if not 3rd. Might be 3rd, actually. But yeah, I don't have the stats in my head right now. Well played by him, though. He's gonna be having a nice week on top of the driver standings. And yeah, I think that's been a good, not showdown, rather a show up. Had a good start.
Yeah, definitely. Was definitely a few interesting battles, and Jacksonville second place after on 20th on the grid is definitely an insane result.
Yeah, Harrison coming from P11 as well. Just as, yeah, Rage Quit kind of making a good recovery drive after the strategy after the first safety car kind of benefited his rivals. Lewis coming home in P4 in the end. Drake's from P9, quite reasonable as well. Mashik ultimately losing out one position. Then the two Red Bulls of Natsumasu and Dunk, followed by the Haas's of Marincello and Vitor. And outside of the top 10 are Ginge, Marmictor, Crew, Yap, Light Mystic, Martin, Luke. That's Arch in the Racing Point. And the two Alphas DNFing early, Cherry and Götze. Well. That has been it for tonight by us. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. And see ya next time around.
See you, everyone.
Where are we taking you?